There we go. I'm back. Hi. Hi, everybody. Rarely started a live when I don't have my camera on, so that was kind of funny. Hey, Jenny. My dear sweet friend, Jenny. Hi. Yeah, this is my second live today. I had a new live at 11 a.m. this morning. I think you were sleeping probably, Peter. And it went really well. And I experimented with a new journey type, which you guys are also going to get to do this evening, and I'm really excited. This was a really cool journey. I'm starting to realize that the journey, all the journey stuff is my thing, is my jam. Kind of already knew that, but quiet night. Let's try that. Oof, that's loud. No, let's not do that one. Yeah, I think somebody said on Wednesday they arrived and they said, "Hi, Greg, I really need a journey today." So I guess like the way they said that's making me think this is a thing. Hey, Kimmy Kim. Good to see you, my dear friend. Hello, hello. I'm trying to pick our music. I'm sorry, it's been a full day. It's been a full week. I'm trying to pick our music for tonight. Do we want dreaming sounds? Maybe dreaming. Ooh. Anyone feeling dreamy? Oh no, that's gonna put us to sleep. We don't want that. No, no sleep time. Oh, pure positive love music. How's that? Pure positive love music. Yeah, you're working. We don't want dreamy. We want pure positive love. Hello, hello. I'm so happy to see you all. I'm tired. I don't want to be too dreamy either. I'll dream later. Yeah, so as I was telling the first people that got here, I did a live at 11 a.m. today. That's my first morning live I've ever done. This is the first day I've ever done two lives in a day. And I just got off a phone call with my cousin. I think I can do two lives a day if I don't talk to anybody else in between or have to deal with a dying roommate. So I may not do two lives again in the same day. R2? R2D2? Is R2D2 here? Hi, say hello. Who else is here? Welcome. If you're new, say hi, I'm new, or hello, or however you greet people when you're new. R2 the cockatiel is still asleep. Oh, good. Good cockatiel sleeping like it should, probably. Welcome to my live. Today we have a very, very special journey in store, which I am calling the This Is Me journey. This is me meeting. I think I like journey better. Hi, Susie. Welcome. Where are you from? Welcome to join us. These lives with me are energetic journeys or channeled messages that come through for the collective, for basically the whole group-wide stuff. And then at the end, I pull an oracle card. Today, once again, I still haven't attuned to the Starseed deck, but today we're going to use the Dragon deck again. Beautiful, beautiful dragons. Kimmy, oh, R2 is gorgeous. Okay. Originally New York, now Boston. Lovely. I've been to both. How is good old Beantown? I once slept on a houseboat in the Boston Harbor or the Boston Bay, I think. I can't remember. Gary's here. Hello. Hey, I see Stephanie too. Welcome, you guys. Happy Friday. Happy Saturday morning. Hello, Andrea, or is it Andrea? Andrea, I'm new to from Norwich, England. Welcome to you. Thank you for joining the live. I hope you enjoy it. I will introduce myself more formally shortly after a few more folks come in. We always have folks trickle in the first 10 or 15 minutes. Norwich. Where is Norwich in England? I'm wanting to say north, but I may not have that right. Suffolk. Hi, Lucy. Suffolk. Norfolk, east side. See, north sounds north to me. So it's east side. Okay. Really interesting. Suffolk sounds south to me. But what do I know? I live in the US. Norwich Terriers are one of my favorite pups, Jenny says. Jenny works with doggies. She helps clean up and beautify the puppies. Hello, Gary. Wow, you guys are practically neighbors. I love that for you. Lucy's not new to the live, though, I think, if I remember right. Yeah. What's going on, guys? How's your week been? Hmm. Whew. Mine's been intense. I'm ready for a weekend. Hi, Steph. Hanging out in the back, listening in. I love that. My week has been surprisingly busy. I still have one more live tomorrow night. So just so that folks know, I moved Spirit and Soul Sundays from Sunday to Saturday. Now, technically, for someone like PETA and Kimmy, that will be Sunday, but but it's going to be on US Saturday. That frees up Sundays for me. I realize with Marty's dying process accelerating, I'm needing as much time to myself as I can when I can, as well as being available for her. So I am giving myself a 3-day weekend. Um, and yeah, and I did this live last Saturday, and it felt like a good time, it just sort of fit. It worked for me. So I moved Spirit and Soul Sundays to Spirit and Soul Saturdays. Hello, Eva. Dublin. Wow. Not as close to Andrea as Lucy is, but still in the same island. No, Dublin's a different island. My apologies. I'm tired. I'm messing up on my geography. Welcome. It's great to have you here. Gary's has been emotionally intense, huh, Gary? What happened? Thanks, Jenny. Yeah, she's not well. I think we are weeks away from the end rather than months. As is the process when folks are dying, there's usually several different corners that are turned throughout the death and dying process, and we turned one last weekend. Significant drop in strength. So, yes, thank you, Peter. Purple hearts and white hearts for Marty. Ah, see, Andrea, you are connected to E. That just goes to show, what is it, 7 degrees of separation or whatever, that we truly are connected, whether we realize it or not. Even if it's just, I've visited X, Y, and Z place before. That's fun. Hmm. Welcome, friends. Anyone else new want to say hi, or anyone who's a returnee wanting to say hi? Please feel free. I'm super chill right in this moment, but we will wait a smidge longer before we get started with our brand new journey. The This Is Me journey, named after one of my favorite songs, This Is Me. This is a fascinating journey. It came to me yesterday, and the name came to me today. And what it is about is facing a part of ourselves, a current now part of ourselves that we dislike, are uncomfortable with, scared of, unfamiliar with, don't quite fully accept. So in order to do that, my friends, we will need to start by creating as high a loving vibe as we can in ourselves. Because this kind of work really flows the best when we're in that loving vibe. And then the rest will unfold. That's why you're here today, Peter. Yes. I imagine people don't really read the description that's written too often, although, especially once you become a regular of somebody, you just go in. That's why you're here today. Gary says, well, two of my good friends passed within 6 days of each other. What? Wait, is this two more good friends on top of the one that passed the other week? Oh, I'm not sure what plan means. I did, but my explanation is better. Okay. Do I have to rewrite that? Maybe I do. I actually didn't rewrite the too much of the description for this today. Gary, I'm so sorry, buddy. It's so we're all dealing with death in some capacity lately. Not all of us, but I mean a number of us are. Gary, I'm just gonna hold you in my heart right now. Wow. Oh, wow. I'm just gonna do a little bit for you here, buddy. Mm-hmm. Oh, Gary, I can feel the heaviness in your heart. I'm really, really sensing the message of encouragement to just feel all the feelings, my friend. Really be mindful of being present with those emotions, being present with the love and the caring that you feel for those friends, feelings that you're feeling with having them transitioned. And they're really encouraging you to not, well, how do you say this? Just to be present, to not get into things that, you know, are deep distractions or ways of shutting down or stuffing the feelings, to just really be present with this, that when you do that, they're showing a bright shining light. They're just saying how much they love you, and they know that this is hard and challenging, but if you can be as present as possible with all the emotions, they're showing this bright shining light, that this can be a transmuting and transformative experience for you in terms of your spiritual path. Yeah, bright shining light, heading to a bright shining light. Maybe that's them. Maybe that's your friends heading to a bright shining light. I don't know, but the sort of the end result feeling I'm getting is a bright shining light. So just a little, a little freebie love reading there for you, buddy. Skip and Bill were both great guys. Yeah, you brain frog. That's okay, Peter. Steph says the last 4 months were very hard and cloudy. I feel with the start of May, I'm wrapping this season up. That feeling of moving from an old house to a new exciting place, right? Past to future. I feel like I have a lot of opposite energy compared to others around me. It's hard to be happy when a lot of people are suffering. Yeah, it can be, Stephanie. Although the flip side of that thought, which is really just a thought, is that we almost owe it to the suffering people to do our best to be happy. You know, we can't really be of service to ourselves by lowering our vibration just because somebody is suffering. Suffering is part of life. It's a and pain is part of life. Suffering's optional. But I mean, there's two sides to every coin, right? Hey, Shelly, welcome. Oh, we love you too, Gary. Ooh, Jenny, today would have been Chris's 54th birthday. My heart is with all those who are grieving. Yeah. Hello, Thomas. Good to see you. Hi, Shelley. You're not late, sweetheart. You're fine. Perfect and wonderful timing all around. We're still just in the chill out and share with each other what's been going on before we start the big journey. Yep, Peter says Shelley, right on time. Petals, awesome. Are you calling Peter Petals? I love that. Oh, Gary, you have a new relationship. Wow, congratulations. Look at that. The new and the old formed right together. The passing of two dear friends and the forming of a new relationship. My friends, Gary is experiencing exactly what being what practicing loving allowance and being present with any happening or occurrence is really all about, because it's all the same energy, my friends. The death of two dear friends and the birth of a new friendship and a new relationship at the same time, like it's all creation. It's all the flow of love. Gary is learning to love a new person while two people that he dearly loves have become pure energy and are off onto the next part of their journey. That's amazing, Gary. I hope that you can see the meaning and significance of that. I think it is pretty damn profound. Stephanie, I was about to share my excitement with my friend before she told me something really heavy. I decided not. Yeah, that's true, Steph. Sometimes it's not the time to share. Yeah, absolutely. Grateful for the community here. Yeah. Yeah, right timing. I'm totally with you on that, my friend. Oh, hi, Petal. Oh, Shelly's been saying your name and I didn't realize you were here. Hello, Petal. Welcome. I don't recognize your name. You must be new to my lives. Welcome. I enjoy that. Very cool. Petal and PETA. Yay. Anyone else want to say hello? We're almost ready to start. Yeah, it is difficult sometimes, Gary, but it's really, this is the light I just saw for you, dude. This is totally it. Oh my God. I could be wrong about this, but I'm just really getting the hit right now. This is that light at the end of the tunnel. When you can see the beauty in both, I mean, you are in a unique position right now, my friends, having lost two friends and gaining another one and a new love. When you can see the purity of love in both of those situations, the one that your mind causes suffering over, because it really, honestly, it's an option to suffer. Yes, there's emotions, there's pain when people die, there's sadness, there's grief. We miss their physical presence. I have no idea what it's going to be like the first day when Marty is not here. And I've seen her every day for every 12 years. And and like, I have no idea, but I love her and I love myself and I love my life. And it's all energy and it's all love. And if you can balance on that pinhead, there is the shining light for you. That's fascinating. I think you can too, Gary. I think you have that ability and probably the power to do it more than you actually realize. I mean, this is why death is so incredible to me. You know, because we can get stuck in the way that our mind views a challenging or emotional situation, and that causes our suffering, right? And then we have the stories and the judgment, and it just piles on. Or we can stop for a moment and we can look out the window and we can listen to the birds, or we can look at the flowers, or we can look at the trees, or how many bajillion blades of grass there are. Bajillion. I mean, in one lawn, how many blades of grass are in one lawn? And then you realize there is abundance everywhere. And when someone dies, they're not gone. Their physical presence is gone, but who they really are, who they are as a spirit, who they are as a soul, as energy, as love manifested, who they are has never really gone. It doesn't go away. I mean, yeah, sometimes I get a little jealous that they're off with the all that one in the source and enjoying being one with all the other energy people. But it's the love that we feel for them isn't gone. And that's really the lesson. That's the takeaway. These moments in time, these experiences and occurrences, these catalysts of noticing or experiencing or thinking or feeling that cause us to recognize our own capacity to love and exactly how much we can love in abundance. Like we don't just love one person and that's it, right? That's like so limited. We love every person, place, and thing that we love. And we don't love, I don't love you guys any less than I love Marty. I love you guys differently right now than I do Marty, but I've known her longer than all of you. But I love both you guys, our time here together every week, and my time with Marty. Do I cry? Yes. Do I worry about my future? Yes. Do I wonder what it's going to be like with her gone? Yes. And then I look out the window and I see shooting stars and a beautiful autumn tree and an amazing sunset. So it's all about loving allowance, presence, and seeing beyond the veil that our mind creates. Yeah. Yes, Kimmy, the universal force from two, wherever. Yes, absolutely. Gary says, Greg, I love you too. And you are already grieving your friend. I'm so sorry. I mean, the minute Marty dies, I end up going into the new chapter of my life. So is there an ending? Well, of course. It's not really an ending. It's not like a boom and it's over. It's a transition. It's a transition. I'm just moving from how my life has been the last 12 years. And we're all moving. We're all moving from where our life was and where it is today. Every single day, we're moving from where our life was yesterday into where our life is like today. Every single day. It may not look any different between Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, right? It might take a while for that start to look different, but we are still transitioning every single day. We are becoming all the time. I don't know. I'm just like, Gary, thank you. You just helped me kind of bring through a whole bunch of stuff. That's really, really cool. He says, I think those that cross over are expanding our hearts and souls even more. Yeah. You know, here's the fascinating thing. I've been taking this course from a friend of mine. Oh, no, wait. Sorry. It's not about her abundance course. I think I've told you guys about this before. I've been watching this guy on YouTube, Emilio Ortiz. Ortiz. He does these amazing podcasts with like spiritual thought leaders. And there was one that I watched a couple weeks ago, and they were talking about what happens, quote unquote, in heaven, in when people are spirits, just souls with source. And our soul group basically gets together and meets and talks about like, well, last lifetime I chose to experience XYZ and you chose to experience, ABC or whatever. I think I want to try ABC this time and see what that's like, right? And then your friend might say, oh, well, I haven't even experienced LM and whatever they are, different topics, different challenges, different experiences in life, right? Last lifetime, I was a rich, wealthy man and I lived easily, but I didn't have any challenges. So this time, I want to experience poverty. I want to experience like having to muster my forces and connect with source. And what do I need to do that, right? And so then we come back into our lives, into, if you believe in reincarnation like I do, we come back into manifestation, come back into physical form, right? And then we live out these new lives, having made this decision, set an intention when we were a soul to have certain experiences. And then what happens? We have those experiences, and when we die, we go back in with source, and then we sit and we chit chat with each other and going, Wow, what did you learn when you went through that? Wow, I saw you. You were really, holy man, you really went through the ringer there. Or wow, you really came through that amazingly, right? And what happens is they bring all that information back into the great energy field, into the universe as a whole, and it gets added to this knowledge base, basically, that expands the universe. So chew on that mentally for a moment, or in your hearts, my friends. Every challenge that we have ever been through on the spiritual path, on the journey of life, is getting added. When we die, it's getting added to the universe's knowledge base so that the universe can expand, so that consciousness can expand, and we can reach higher vibrations and higher dimensions. It's kind of trippy, but I love it because what it means is it's inevitable. Our well-being is inevitable, is what it summarizes to. Even in the moment of challenges and struggles and suffering and pain and things that we feel like we can't overcome, even in that moment, there is a greater purpose. There is a greater well-being woven through the very fabric of life experience. What did I miss? Erica, hi. Oh, good to see you too, lovely soul. Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. Yes, indeed. Oh, so good to see you, dear. It's all new beginnings, Shelley says. Yes, absolutely. Thomas, I had a conversation this week about losing a parent to dementia. I've had that too. When they don't remember us, etc., etc. If we go to visit them, is it selfish? It's for us, but that's not a bad thing. P.S. My mom has dementia, but thankfully still knows me, remembers me. That's fascinating. Marty's husband had advanced dementia, and he never remembered my name in all the years that I was been here with them. He died in 2018, but he always recognized me. Always saw in his eyes that he recognized me, and I knew because we had a connection, right? We had an emotional or an energetic or a heart connection, and he always recognized me. He always wondered who I was, but he knew who I was on a deeper level, which is profound. Thomas, I love that. Thank you for sharing that. I know a few friends whose parents has dementia also. Yeah, absolutely. PETA, micro, macro, I see. Okay, good. All right. Enough blab out of me. Who's ready to go on a journey? Woo, raise your hand. Welcome to anybody. If you want to say hi real quick before we get started, we are about to go on a journey. Hmm. For those that have never met me before, my name is Greg Phillips. I'm a sacred energy guide, or as I lovingly like to say, I am a sacred energy tour guide. I take people on journeys, and I also channel messages, and I do a bunch of other stuff. But basically, I am here to guide people on the path to their heart, guide you on your path to your heart. My biggest thing is that I use love and I use sacred energy, and I use them to show you that you can free yourself from your thinking, drop out of your mind, that you can tap into your inner wisdom, and so that you can live more fully from your heart. There's a lot of different ways we do that here on my lives. Sometimes it's a channeled message, like what I gave Gary. Sometimes it's just my life experience, and I'm pulling intuitively from different parts of that as well as from source. But a lot of times we go on energetic journeys, and I do believe that we literally do go somewhere. It may feel like a guided meditation, but to me, I actually do go somewhere energetically, and I set the intention to guide you. And today we're doing a brand new journey. I've already done it at the 11 a.m. live today, but it's a brand new journey that I just came up with in the last 24 hours, and it is called This Is Me Meeting. It's based off one of my favorite songs that I've seen in the talent, like the Got Talent auditions, the This Is Me song. You might have heard it. I love it. But it's a journey where we're going to go meet with a part of ourselves, a now current part of ourselves, not a past part or a future part, but a now current part of ourselves that we are uncomfortable with, that we don't fully accept, that we hate, that we dislike, that we fear, whatever. So a piece of our shadow, but something that's in the present and the now. So in order to do this, we must generate or drop into a very high vibe loving field, because it really requires a lot of love energy to attend this meeting, shall we say. Hey, Benjamin. Thank you. Oh, I'm so glad you love my lives. Thank you for saying that. Oh, and thank you. Yes. Wow. I'm pleased to hear that. So good. Steph's going hands-free. All right. All right. No problem. Enjoy the ride, Steph. Autocorrect. Yeah, you can call me Gref if you want. As my grandpa used to say, you can call me Bob, you can call me John, you can call me George. Just don't call me late for supper. Hello, Julie, Lancaster, UK. We've got a lot of UKers tonight. Wonderful to have you. All right, my friends, let's settle in and get rolling. We got 36 beautiful souls here. And I have a new journey for you all. So just close your eyes, get comfortable wherever you are. I know some people might be standing or walking, sitting, laying down. Just move your mind to focus on your heart center, right there on your heart chakra, center of your chest. Turn this down a smidge. There we go. And in this moment, my friends, we want to bring to mind a person, place, or thing that we deeply, deeply love. It's the kind of love that's pure and absolute. There's no stories around it. There's no judgments, no analysis. It's easy and effortless. We love this person, place, or thing with all of our being and all of our heart. And it just makes sense to love them. I want you to hold that thought of them in your heart. Feel your love for them, person, place, or thing. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be your favorite meal. It could be your favorite book. It just has to be something that you purely and absolutely love. And as you hold that in your heart, picture or feel as it begins to fill your heart with a beautiful white light, or perhaps it's slightly white gold. It's a warm, soothing, and comforting light, and it begins to glow around the edges of your heart, shining brighter and brighter. It doesn't hurt your eyes, but it is a vast, powerful, bright light. And it gradually fills your entire chest, your entire heart space. And as it expands more and more, it goes out beyond your breastplate, beyond your shoulders, beyond your arms, beyond the entirety of your body, and it begins to fill an entire room, a vast room full of nothing but white light. And you find yourself in this room, a white floor, a white whatever walls, domes, ceiling, sky over you. It is pure, pure, brilliant white, and it is so comfortable and so safe and so soothing and really filled with all of your love. In the center of this room is the most comfortable seat or chair that you can imagine. And it might already exist in your life, but it is very inviting and very cozy. And you are feeling called to go and sit down on this seat. Just let a deep breath out and sigh in relaxation as you settle into this most comfortable of chairs or seats. Perhaps it's your favorite meditation cushion or your favorite porch chair, but it's still in this white, white space of emptiness. Just you and your favorite chair. And close your eyes and feel the brightness and the vastness of this white space. And as you feel out, you note that you are not alone. Hundreds, if not thousands, of beings sit in a circle around you. A bit far away, you cannot actually see them clearly, but you do sense, and when you open your eyes and look around you, you see that they're off in the distance, but they're circling around you, a vast circle of hundreds of thousands of beings. They could be your angels, your guides, your ancestors. They could be your folks or your friends who have passed on before you, and they could even be the spirits, the energetic presence of people who are alive still and currently in your life. They are forming this beautiful circle of containment around you. They're helping to focus the love, and they are there to support and hold space for this journey that we are on. And they are so good at holding this space and supporting you with love. And as you become the observer and the witness and you look around the room, you realize that interspersed through these hundreds of thousands of beings are pieces of yourself, parts of who you are today, right in this very moment, that are also present holding this space. There are pieces of you that you really enjoy, pieces that you acknowledge that are your skills or talents, pieces that represent both the beautiful and the painful experiences of life. And then there are the pieces that you're not so comfortable with. Perhaps there's pieces that you're angry at or confused by, fearful of, or just plain old uncomfortable and unaccepting. And because this is a safe space of love contained by the souls who surround you, it's easy to request one of these parts to step forward. And I invite you to do that now. You can do it out loud, or you can do it in your mind or just in your heart. Dear parts, which one of you would like to meet with me today? Please, I invite you to come forward. And then just watch and listen. Note which part of the circle they emerge from. And as they walk closer to where you are in the center, a replica, an exact copy of your favorite chair that you are now sitting on appears before you, a foot or two ahead. And this part of you steps forward to the center of the circle and gently and lovingly lowers themselves down into this amazing comfy chair. And they look at you with the most amazing, peaceful gaze, warm, loving eyes. They are entirely present with who they are and what they are. They know what part of you they are, what part of you they represent. And just gaze back at them. Take a long, deep look at them, my friends. This part of yourself that you probably are having a reaction to right now, and whatever feeling you're having at this moment about this part, let that feeling flow, my friends. But be the observer, be the witness. This is you. They look a lot like you, but something's different. Perhaps one or two things are different. Perhaps many things are different. Note any similarities and differences in the clothes that they're wearing, in their facial expression. Maybe their hair has a slight or a profound difference to yours. Perhaps their jewelry or some other thing. Maybe their mannerisms and gestures are different, but just be the observer and the witness and note all these subtle differences and listen, my friends, listen to your intuition, because this part is here to share itself with you. And as you look and study them as though you're studying a new craft or a new art or a new knowledge, you look them in the eye and simply say, who are you? What part of me are you? And allow them to share this with you. They may not share it right away. You may not hear it or feel it right away. And even if you don't understand what they're saying, take it in, my friends. Take it in. Perhaps they're a part of you that gets scared about life. Perhaps it's a part of you that's uncertain about your future. Perhaps it's a part of you that doubts or mistrusts, a part of you that lacks confidence, or a part of you that's overprotective, over controlling. Whatever that part is, allow it to speak what it is to you and make note of your immediate reaction. Remember, this is a part of you that you have not fully accepted. This is a part of you that you're not comfortable with. It's okay to have an uncomfortable emotional response. Make note of it, feel it. Don't push it away, my friends. Embrace the emotional response. Perhaps this part of you pisses you the F off. You may just hate looking at it. Actually studying it maybe so make your skin crawl. Or perhaps it's a part of you that you just look at and you feel guilt or ashamed. Or you look at it and you feel less than. Just let these feelings flow, my friends. Perhaps it's a part that you immediately feel tears over. Sadness, grief, loss. Or maybe you just feel a fog of confusion when you hear what this part is. All of this is okay, my friends. Loving allowance for all things to be in their own time and place, starting with ourselves and however you're feeling. And just let those feelings feel through you. Let them move and flow, energy and motion. No need to bottle it up. We are supported by our guides, by our ancestors and angels, and every single one of us here in the live today. The very fact that I am here and we are together, you have loving support to face this, my friends. If you are not feeling courageous inside, then draw on the courage of others in our group today, the IT community, or draw on mine if you wish. But feel these emotions, my friend, and as you feel them, you may have the desire to talk at or to this part of yourself. You might have some choice words to share with them. And I encourage you to do so. Just let it out. Let it rip. If you've got something to say to them, say it. You're meeting them now face to face. They are completely unfazed by how you're feeling, and they are unfazed by your words. But they sit and they receive them with love, with acceptance, with presence, and just pour it out at them. Yell at them if you need to. Reprimand them, criticize them, blame them, whatever you need, just get it out. Say what needs to be said to this part of yourself. How dare you have been running the show for so many years? Or why have you abandoned me? Where did you go? Self-confidence. Just tell them how you're feeling. Tell them how sad you are, or how angry you are, or how scared or confused you are. It's okay. Neither the emotions or the words will drown you. You will not be overwhelmed or overcome, because right now you are safe, you are secure, and you are deeply loved. Yes, awesome. Let the words come as your throat chakra opens and your heart explodes with emotion. And this part of you sits as though in meditation, smiling and loving you, with compassion in their eyes, complete acceptance. Let the words begin to finish up, wrapping up the final thoughts directed at this part of yourself. And just sit for a moment looking at them. They reach out with both hands and take yours and theirs, and they look you deeply in the eye. Oh, my dear one, I'm so glad you've come today. I understand. I honor and respect how you've been feeling and everything you've just shared. And I want you to know that I have never been away from you, that I have always been a part of you, and I have always been here in service for you. I want to show you something. And they take you by one hand and they stand. And the chairs disappear for a moment as you stand with them. One of your hands held lovingly in theirs. And out at the outskirts of the circle, movie screens of sorts envelop the entire circle, and you begin to see the flashbacks of different periods in your life where this part of yourself was present, was evident. Perhaps it was an encounter with an ex, an experience with a family member, a weird situation at a job or a place of volunteering. Perhaps it's a moment of alone. With any of these moments, occurrences of life are just sort of flashing by on the screens around the edge of the circle. And just take them in, absorb them, and listen to your part. Ah, dear one, every single one of these occurrences, every single one of these happenings and experiences, I was present with you, not in a way to derail you, not in a detrimental way. I was present with you because I was needed in that moment, because it was the right response in that moment. And yes, that moment may have been uncomfortable. That moment may have been challenging. That moment may have been a struggle or suffering that may have been painful. It also helped you grow. In that moment, your very soul expanded. In that moment, you set off new desires to source and to the universe and to the divine for something to be different, for something to change. And in that moment, you grew energetically. And you took one step closer to becoming the beautiful person you are today. And as you look at all these happenings and all these occurrences, yes, you may feel many different things, or you may feel nothing at all. But I assure you that I was there the whole time. And I thank you for each experience. I thank you for going through them, whatever they were, to the best of your ability. So you see, I do not have a struggle because I know what I am. I know what part I am of you, and I accept that wholly. And not only that, I know that even though I am a part of you, I am whole within being that part, and I am part of your wholeness. I make up your wholeness just as a puzzle piece makes up the entirety of a completed puzzle. But in our case, we don't need completion because you are whole and I am a part of your wholeness. And at this moment, my friends, they turn to you in all their shining beauty and all their love and all their presence of who they are as part of you. And they look you deep in the eyes. And if you feel so called, give them the biggest hug you've ever given anybody. If you do not feel ready to embrace this part of yourself, just look back at it and acknowledge it with thanks. Thank you for showing me what part of you are. Thank you for showing me that you're not this insignificant, unimportant, or just a pain in the butt part of me, but that you literally are part of all of me. And as you held their hands or give them a big hug, just hold as much love and appreciation for them in this moment that you can. This is part of you, a part of you that has always lived in acceptance of itself, and all it wishes is for you to live in acceptance of it. Just breathe in this moment, my friends. Breathe in this connection, this beautiful, intimate connection with this part of yourself. Free your mind from any stories or judgments around this part. And whether you hug them or not, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you're being present with them. And they know it, and you know it. And they lean forward and give you a kiss on the cheek, a sweet, tender kiss. And in that moment, they begin to dissolve into stardust from their head to their toe, dissolving and heading back towards the circle of beings that is still present in support of us. You gently return to your comfy chair, settling in and just taking in everything that just happened. Feel the thankfulness in your heart. Feel the spot where, having moved with and through the emotions, opened up more capacity in your heart, more room, more tenderness, more strength, more fullness, more wholeness. For today, my friends, your heart has expanded. And when your heart expands, so does your soul, and so does your vibration. And as you sit in your comfy chair, close your eyes and begin to come back to your physical body in the here and now. Come back and recognize any parts that need a little bit of movement, a little bit of stretching or tilting, cracking or wiggling. And just readjust your body to whatever is comfortable. As we come back from our energetic journey with deep thanks and gratitude for meeting this part of ourselves. And when you're ready, open your eyes, coming back to the now, coming back to the here. Welcome back, my friends. Hello. Just take a moment. I imagine that was quite powerful. Just let it sink in for a minute or two, my friends. Yes, Jay, very intense. Let it sink in. When you feel ready, if you're feeling willing, go ahead and share. I would love to hear what part of you just met and what that experience was like, if you care to share. Remember that you are in a safe space here and that we all grow and learn when we share with each other. Also gives me an opportunity to celebrate you and champion your growth. Peter says, wow. Jay met the scared 3-year-old me. Oh, you actually did a soul fragment. Interesting. Unless that scared 3-year-old has been with you this whole time. That's quite possible too. Linda was joining late. Hope everyone is well on this Friday Eve on the East Coast. Thank you, Linda. You can watch the replay on my YouTube, dear, if you wish to do the journey. Hida, who did you meet? Capital Wow. Erica met with a younger self, maybe 5 years old, and thanked her for her strength and patience to endure. Apologized that she didn't get to play or feel safe. Is she still with you? Is she part of your present you? This 5-year-old that missed out? Yeah, okay. In this journey, I envisioned an adult version, but child versions are the representation of that energy as well. Absolutely cool. Mm. So maybe now she can play and feel safe with you as you grow. Yes. Thomas says the confused, uncomfortable resonated with me. I was finding my higher self warrior and finding it hard, but being okay with the confusion and discomfort. Wow. That's actually really cool, Thomas. The confusion and discomfort. Yes, there is an aspect of deep unfamiliarity there, Thomas. Ah, a disconnect. Yes, a disconnect between who you are now and your, how did you say it? Your higher self warrior, which could also be viewed as your future self, who you are becoming. Interesting. Peter, I had to come over holding hands like fraternal twin. You had two. Oh, two people, two. Okay, came over holding hands like fraternal twins. Meanness, who protects her vulnerable twin, loneliness. Oh my. Wow. Oh, good, Erica. I'm glad you're playing. Peter, that's wow, that was intense. I can see why you said wow. Interesting. Meanness and loneliness. The vicious cycle that continues to propagate each other. And yet both are vulnerable and both are hurting. Wow. Interesting. And yet they're completely accepting of what they are. They don't feel bad about being meanness and loneliness. That's an important point in this journey, my friends. That piece of you is completely accepting of what it is and what role it plays in you. And how could it not be? It's a piece of you that's part of the whole. And so, of course, it's perfectly present and perfectly accepting of its part. Thomas, I normally want to find a solution, and because I'm not finding one, it's confusing and uncomfortable. I think I have to allow unconditional love for not meeting expectations. Wow. Yeah. Now, whose expectations? Yours? Others? Both? Unwritten ones that you perhaps don't know about? Those are always good questions when it comes to expectations. Yeah, both. Yes, allow that kind of unconditional love. Wow. Okay. I hold that space for you, Thomas. Very, very cool. Much allowing, loving allowance for all things to be, even in their own time and place, starting with ourselves. This is so true of everything, my friends. Loving allowance of our anger, loving allowance of our meanness, loving allowance of our confusion, loving allowance of our uncertainty, loving allowance of our loneliness, loving allowance of our vulnerability. Loving allowance is such a powerful key for seeing everything exactly as it is, not how we want it to be, not how we hope it to be, not how we think it used to be or should be, but exactly as it is. And in that moment, we drop into being present with it exactly as it is. Yes, Peter loves them both because the gift is boundaries, learning about them. Yeah, yeah, I'd have to agree. Very, very cool. Wow, you guys, sounds like you had some major journeys. Wow. Did anyone else have well, not else. How do I say this? Did anyone experience a journey where they kind of felt like almost similar to Thomas that the coming out the other side just kind of left more questions than answers, so to speak? Anything you might need clarifying about that occurred in the journey, please do ask. Yes, Peter says it helped me drop self-loathing with the acceptance. Yeah. Yeah, the acceptance that the meanness and the loneliness have served roles. Now, the fascinating thing about this is once we embrace these parts of ourselves and accept them, I firmly believe, maybe not right away, but I firmly believe that eventually those dissolve into the rest of us and they no longer have a stigma or an emotional charge for us. They just are. And we also don't necessarily need them anymore. Perhaps in Peta's case, for example, I don't know, this is just coming through right now. Perhaps in Peta's case right now, as she mentioned, the meanness and the loneliness has facilitated learning about how to express her own boundaries. And as she becomes more skillful and more mindful in keeping her boundaries, declaring her boundaries, setting her boundaries, sharing her boundaries, the meanness and the loneliness and that vulnerability no longer have a purpose and can be transmuted into the rest of your energy for some other purpose, perhaps. Sovereign missed the journey, but the words you spoke afterwards resonated. Okay, great, Sovereign. I love that for you. You can take the journey on YouTube. I will have it up this evening. For anyone who doesn't know, I record all of my live streams unless I'm a dum-dum for a moment and forget, which I've done once or twice in the last 5 months. So far I got a decent track record, but I record them all and I put them up on my YouTube. The best way to get to my YouTube or anything else I'm doing outside of Insight Timer is to go to my teacher profile, look for the About tab, and scroll all the way down. Right down there is my link to my link tree. It has all my socials. It has my recent, I just launched a new group program that I'm more than happy to. Well, I can't talk about too much here, but if you reach out to me, I can tell you more about it. It's there as a link as well. And my YouTube's there and all my other socials. Also, for anyone who's on an Apple OS and is, as a matter of principle, sensitive to the Apple donation paradigm or whatever is going on with that, I do have alternate methods of donation, which you can use as well. Yes, so let's see. So Sovereign, yeah, please do check that out. I hope that you enjoy it. You already felt that, Peter? What I just said about your boundaries and stuff? Wow, that's so cool. Cool. Erica says my message was to come back to myself, to play more, listen to intuition, and it's okay to be authentic and not force what isn't true to me. Amen, sister. I love that. Yeah. Wow. I'm just gonna let that sink in for a moment. It's okay to be authentic and not force what isn't true to her. Right. And by listening to your intuition, you learn what's true for you. And then when you're not forcing what's not true for you, you are allowing through love and presence for your authentic self to come out and shine even more brightly. I love that for you, Erica. Woo, that's exciting. See, I love championing people's growth. Thomas says, me too, Peterbrook. My warrior says, do what you think is right, and not playing the game is part of being that warrior. Yes, indeed, Thomas. I may be on my own more for adhering my boundaries. Any guidance? What was that last word, Thomas? Adhering to? Is that what you were trying to say? Maybe on my own. Yes, adhering to. I thought so. I may be on my own more for adhering to my boundaries. Well, the first piece of that, Thomas, is getting clear on what those boundaries are, right? Throat chakra, well, mind and heart. We have emotional and we have thought boundaries, right? Um, and then there's the actual expression, the sound that we put into them, the voice that we put into them. And so getting clear about those boundaries and then adhering them, you're never really alone, because here's the thing, right? If you don't feel like you have the personal power at the moment to adhere to a boundary, you have that whole circle of souls and beings surrounding you at all times, my friend. All your angels, all your guides, all your ancestors. And if that's not within your wheelhouse of beliefs, then whatever you consider the divine. And so connect with the divine, meditate, take a walk, whatever you do to connect with the divine. Take a nap. That's legit. I do it. That's one way to connect with the divine. Whatever you do or need in the moment to connect with the divine, and then allow that divine to speak through you and infuse you with the strength to adhere to your boundaries and know that you're worth it. That's the hard part. That's the thing that I've always, yeah, it's not necessarily hard. It's just really challenging because it really taps into our core beliefs. But yeah, adhering to your boundaries, you're never really alone. And you're also not alone, and not just from the divine angle, but you're also not alone because hundreds of millions of thousands and billions of people are all trying to adhere to their boundaries across the planet. Yeah. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Peter's feeling a heaviness in the sacral area gut. Interesting to know. Yeah. Yeah, Peter, that would mean to me, depending, is it right on the sacral? Yeah, see if it's right on the sacral. Thanks for the hearts, Jay. Yeah. Yeah, Peter's walking with you, Thomas. I love it. Thomas feeling with you with boundaries. Yeah, absolutely. See, everybody's working on boundaries, Thomas. You're not alone. There's the other beautiful thing. We don't have to be perfect with them. That's just some story, some mental pressure, right? Wherever we got the idea of perfection about anything from, we can just let that go. Give it over, get rid of it, cut the cord, cut it loose. We don't have to be perfect with it. How else are we going to learn if we haven't practiced boundaries well for the most majority of our life? How else are we going to learn if we don't set a boundary and then see if it needs to be adjusted? Right? It's just a boundary. It's not like you can't like wipe the sand clean and draw another one further or closer, right? You can always make a new one. Yeah, Sovereign. I talk out loud to myself too. Absolutely. Amelia is talking about, or Emily is talking about setting boundaries, no abusive people. Well, I don't even think in terms of abusive people. I just think in terms of loving people that fit and work for me. I don't even mention abuse. Just skip that whole thought right over it. Boom. PETA, my kind of person. That's cool. Belly button. PETA, above the belly button would be your solar plexus, which would be your self-confidence, your sense of personal power, your connection to the power of the universe, to the divine, and your will. Yeah, that's what that would be, my friend. Yeah, don't even, Emily, don't even say it that way, my friend, because the universe only hears the topic of what you're saying. So the only universe only hears toxic people. It doesn't hear the no. So I want to encourage you to reframe that into what you're wanting. Yeah, absolutely. All right, Thomas, what else you got? Thank you, Greg, and all the love. Peter Broken, thank you. Yes, absolutely. I feel that the need to be okay with making decisions that may be wrong could help me with knowing what I want for boundaries. You know what? I've recently had a learning and some insight with this, Thomas, when studying some more of my human design. I know I mention this every once in a while. Totally encourage anybody who feels called to look into their human design. Just look up free human design chart. But I happen to be a projector, and there's this thing that they talk about called your profile, and I'm what's called a 1-3, and the 3 is the experimenter, the person who learns by trial and error. Now, not everybody's this way. Some people learn like this is just the way that we process and work with our energy. So for me, I need to try something out, see if it works, and then tweak it if it doesn't. And so I'm constantly, not always, because sometimes I figure it out quickly, but other times I don't. So what I'm bumping up against in that moment is pulling the plug on making the decisions, right? Pulling the plug on facing the fear of trying something out. And what I realized is if I bring in sort of an adventuresome quality, which I can do because I have an adventurous spirit in some ways, certainly about spiritual things, but if I can bring in that sense of fun and that sense of play to the trial and error, then instead of it being trial and error, it's more like, ooh, what's this? Ooh, and let's tweak that code. Ooh, what's this? Oh, let's just nudge that, tweak it a little bit here, or nudge it in a certain direction. Try that on, just like sort of shopping for clothes. I try this one thing on, right? And then it's this one shirt has a great color, but it has a horrible material. And this other shirt, I don't like the color, but the material's really comfy. And this other shirt has a horrible price, but it fits perfectly, right? I'm not putting these back on the shelf, right? I'm not putting the shirts back on the shelf and saying, "You lousy little shirt. I just loathe the day the manufacturer made you, put you for sale, and put you on this shelf." Like, no, you are just a lousy shirt, right? This is what we do to ourselves. But we don't do this to the items that we are shopping for, right? So when we begin to just have more of that playfulness, that sort of loving allowance again for those moments, we can make that decision that you're wanting, Thomas, and we can take away the emotional charge, right? And you might be a learner through trial and error like I am as well. Certainly worth finding out. It's been a hard part to accept about myself because I have lived a lot of trial and error in my life. However, the trial and error has brought me to where I am now. It has built wisdom and appreciation. It has built my ability to sit with my dying friend and see the beauty of life because I've been in all of it, trial and error, right? So, this whole notion of the experimenter, the person that can playfully and happily try something out, not get attached to the outcome, but get attached to the joy of tweaking it until the outcome works out. Does that make any sense, Thomas? Yeah, Linda, thank you. I love that analogy too. What else you guys saying? Curiosity. Yes, Sovereign. Have a sense of curiosity. Wonderful. All right, my friends, we're going to pull an oracle card from our beautiful dragon deck. I love dragons. I know I've been doing these lately. So let's see what we have. And then I must go because it has been a long day and a long week, and my energy is waning. Thomas, yes, I maybe need to accept I won't get it right, but that's part of the process. Well, there's the thing, my friend. The mind has an attachment to it needing to be right. And I totally relate to this. I just recently launched my Patreon page where I'm starting a ongoing monthly group program. And I have been in judgment over how long it took me to get everything settled until I actually flipped the switch on Wednesday. And I do this a lot with projects that I feel uncomfortable with, where I feel I'm heading into an unknown area. My fear will come up very strongly, and I will be hesitant about flipping a switch, making a decision, taking the step forward, right? The problem that I encounter and then let go of is that I find that that's my mind analyzing, overanalyzing, overthinking, narrowly thinking too narrowly about a situation. But when I drop into my heart, I ask myself what's true. And what's true is I'm excited. There's fun in it. And when I'm being on purpose and when I'm clear about that, I can basically ignore the mind or tell it to shut up or whatever is useful, right? And then I can make the decision. I did the same thing with going live on Insight Timer when I first was thinking about being a teacher. It took me a year to say yes to my gift and then to sign up and be a teacher because of that thought process. So I hope that that is helpful for you. You don't, in other words, you don't need to get it right, my friend. What's important isn't the right and the wrong of the experience. What's important is your experience of what's happening. Dragon, big fire. Yes, you like dragons, Amelie? I do too. Amelie. Am I saying your name wrong? I'm so sorry. Amelie. Sounds French. Yes, Peter. You are here with friends. Erica, human design is wild. I had a mini human design reading, 35 minutes long, and I learned and validated so much about myself. It was incredible. I'm going to book an in-depth that is 2 1-hour sessions a couple weeks apart, probably late May or June. It's fascinating and helpful. I am so glad, Erica, that you enjoyed it. Yeah, you're welcome, Sovereign. All right, my friends. Focus your intuition, your hearts, your energy, your minds on our beautiful dragon deck here. Look at these card backs. It's this beautiful blue dragon breathing down, and look at how it like the fire passes through the spiral of its tail. Amazing stuff. Let us see what dragons have wisdom and guidance for us tonight as we wrap up our This Is Me meeting. Oh, there it is, right there. Oh, we got two. I can only do one. Oh no. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on a sec. Okay, I think they're fine. Oh, I thought I heard someone screaming for help. I'm sorry. Thomas, thank you so much for your donation. I truly, truly, greatly, and deeply appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I welcome and receive your sharing of your abundance with me. May we honor the cycle and flow of abundance from me to whoever next or back to you hundredfold. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. And guys, yeah, if you are donating on Apple and you don't want them to get your 30%, hey, first, thanks for donating if you do. I just love it. Helps grow my business and support me for continuing to do these live streams. But if you're wanting to skip the 30%, go to my link on the About tab of my profile. And when you follow that link at the bottom, there will be two other forms of donating. Alternate means where Apple's greedy 30% is not incorporated. All right. Thomas, I'm jealous. No, I love Apple stuff, but I'm actually thinking of switching too for that reason. We got two dragons, my friends. I am not going to be able to read both of them. So we're going to have to pick. Well, no, I'm not. I don't have the energy for both. So what we got, wow. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, the cards are sticky. We got 3 dragons. Oh my God. All right, what I'm going to do, who was on top? This was, I'm just going to read the guidance on the cards themselves instead of from the book. And we will start with dragon number 1. The golden crested dragon. A trio of dragons. Yeah, that is big dragon energy. Come on, dragon. This one's a little hard to see. Sorry. Look at that. Look at that golden dragon. Big, huge wings. Yeah, I'm a dragon. Born 64. Oh, so you were born 12 years after me. That's cool. Yes, what this dragon says, the golden crested dragon brings you higher love so that you embody the Christ light. Okay, so Christ light, for those that don't know, we found out on Wednesday because one of these Christ light related cards came up. It's basically divine, the divine light, divine energy, cosmic divine energy. Absorb the Christ light, the divine. You are protected. Expand your heart and remain fifth dimensional. And this dragon looks like it is on top of some beautifully ornate columns and looking out over some sort of cathedral or temple. Yeah, check that out. So connect with the divine light, my friends. Connect with the higher love. Brings you higher love so that you embody the divine light. I love that. That's dragon number 1. The golden crested, sorry, the golden crested dragon. Dragon number 1. Dragon number 2 is the gold and silver violet flame dragon. Oh, violet flame is about transmutation. Look at them. They're standing in a circle of violet flames. Oh, and they're playing with a butterfly with a sacred symbol behind them. They are gold and silver, and they're purple. I love that. Bring me a higher love. Yes, yes. All right, let's see what this one says. The golden and silver violet flame dragon transmutes the old around you with wisdom and grace. If that's not what we just went through, my friends, transmutes the old around you with wisdom and grace. The wisdom is the ability to see the occurrence of the transmutation exactly as it is, not as our mind thinks. And the grace is that open-hearted, loving quality that we brought into our journey today. I love this. The golden and silver violet flame dragon. It's time for transmutation, magic, and healing. Offer service under grace. Wow. Another beautiful dragon, another powerful dragon. And here's dragon number 3. I do love the violet flame dragon too, Peter. Very, very cool. Oh, this one's pretty. This is the golden Atlantean dragon. This dragon helps you remember the wisdom of golden Atlantis. Awaken. Bring back your knowledge, gifts, and talents. Reclaim your mastery. What is that? Ooh, that's a crystal. See the crystal? The golden Atlantean dragon, and there's that crystal. Atlantis supposedly was fueled by, powered by, and utilized crystals. And there's something on their head. Yes, I know, right? What is this? Sorry. Look at the crimson flame right on its forehead, right on its brow. Can you see that? Try to, there's a crimson flame right on its brow. The golden Atlantean dragon helps you remember the wisdom of golden Atlantis. Awaken, bring back your knowledge, gifts, and talents, reclaim your mastery. All right, well, let's see if we can summarize this, my friends. The golden crested dragon wants us to bring higher love, into our consciousness so that we can embody the divine energy of the universe. So by bringing higher love into our situations, we then can transmute the situation with the violet flame dragon, with wisdom and grace, magic and healing. And by doing that, we help to remember our wisdom. We awaken, bringing back our knowledge, gifts, and talents. Reclaim your mastery. By the way, if you are a projector in human design, our entire theme is mastery. We're not here to do or produce. We are here to master something and then be guides, be lighthouses, to be of service. So if you're a projector, this card may resonate with you more strongly. Cool. Higher love helps us to embody the divine light and the cosmic energy, which helps us transmute the old around us with wisdom and grace, resulting in bringing back our knowledge, gifts, and talents so we can reclaim our mastery. I don't know if I'll be able to hold all three up. There. No, I can't see them. Hi. There we go. Those are your dragons, my friends. Very, very cool. Those are some cool dragons. You guys pulled some, you guys were really, your intuitions or something were really working overtime there. I love that. Fantastic. Yeah, thanks for coming on the journey today, guys. Did you like this journey? I mean, it sounds like you guys did. Brand new journey. I've never done this type of journey before. I'm definitely going to stick with the name, the This Is Me journey or meeting. What is better, meeting or journey? This is me meeting. This is me journey. You dug it, Erica? Great. I liked it too. So much. So much fun. I've really seen, talk about trial and error. Who was here in December when I started? I think Peter, you were. When I started, I was just doing what I called ChakraTouch, and I was reading people's chakras and doing single readings throughout the live, and I'd get maybe 3 to 5 people. And I loved it, and it was fun, but I always felt like more. And so this is a perfect example of like tweaking the code for the greatest fulfillment, not for being right and wrong, nudge, nudge, Thomas, but for the greatest fulfillment, for the greatest alignment. So I've been tweaking the code. And then I started doing these group-wide readings about a month ago, I think. I don't remember. Yeah, a little over a month ago, I think it was, Peter, wasn't it? Because you were in my experiment group. So were you, Erica. But a little over a month ago. Yeah. And now it's become just this amazing experience of where we're going on journeys. And I'm starting to realize, because I have this adventurous spirit and I've always wanted to be a tour guide. So I kind of feel like sacred energy tour guide, right? So we go on these travel adventures into the sacred energy and where we learn and have these experiences. So yeah, it's much more about the journeys. All the group stuff that I'm wanting to do is really about group journeys for all of you. So I have new group stuff coming. Unfortunately, it's hard to do anything other than a live for groups here in Insight Timer. Hopefully, depending on how Marty's death and dying process goes, I will have the energy and spaciousness and time to create some courses this month and get them up on Insight Timer. But yeah, with Marty's strength degrading, for those that don't know, for the last 12 years, I've lived with this wonderful elderly woman named Marty. She's 84 now, and she was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic, liver, and bone cancer at the beginning of February. And she has taken a turn for the worse in the last week. She's very, very tired and very, very weak. So the family and I are now thinking that we're looking at a matter of weeks rather than a matter of months, which is hard. But also beautiful and incredibly precious. So I'm trying to keep my schedule open so that I can be as available to her as possible. And I'm going to share this last thing with you and then I'll leave you guys. Yesterday morning, she fell. She's been lucky. The angels have guarded her in a way. She's got angels watching out for us. So she dodged a bullet. She did get a little banged up with bruises and and a sore rib, I think. But as I was sitting on the floor with her, waiting for the EMTs to arrive because she's too heavy for me to lift alone off the floor, I was holding her hand and I was thinking, I need to stay with her through the end because I've been going back and forth the last few months about, am I going to move before she dies? Am I going to stay through? How much longer am I going to stay? I don't even know where I'm going to move to. I don't have a destination yet, which is scary, but I let that go. Anyways, I'm sitting on the floor and I'm holding her hand and I'm thinking, just in my heart, I'm like, I have to stay with her. I have to stay with her. I mean, she's stood by me for 12 years as I've gone through all my stuff and have starting to come out the other side. I have to stay with her. And in that moment, I realized that in deciding to do that, my next chapter of life, my future, isn't going anywhere. It's still going to be there. It's still going to be there and available to me, maybe even more available to me, maybe even more expansive because I walked through this process with Marty. So just because I'm going to take more time to be present with her as she dies does not mean that my future, that the next chapter of my life, which I'm super excited about, the growth of my business, moving to a location that I absolutely love and adore, et cetera, maybe new relationship too, whatever it is, I'm excited about it. But just because I might quote unquote put it on hold, that's just in terms of time and space to be present with my dear friend who I love immensely. And so when I realized that my future isn't actually going to be on hold, it's going to be there, ready and waiting, the whole stigma I had around making a decision like this was gone. So try that on for size. Thank you, Erica. Yes, blessings to Marty and the household and all the loved ones. Yes. You know, she's such a sweetheart. I wish you guys could meet her. She's really awesome. Yes, thank you, Sovereign. 100%. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, my dear friends, let us wrap up with a loving circle and then I must go because I am tired. Place your left hand on your heart and your right hand on top. And just feel all the love in our beautiful live room today. Every single person who went on the journey today faced and met a part of themselves that needed to be seen today, that was invited to be seen and invited to be embraced. And no matter how much or how little you embraced and accepted that part, my friends, you began a beautiful journey of love, deepening your love of yourself and your ability to love others. Just fill your heart with great thanks. Love for all of our friends here in the Insight Timer community. Love for our family members that we love deeply. Love for any person and place and thing that we just absolutely and purely love without judgment or stories or any analysis. It's just easy and effortless to purely love them. And hold all these loves in your heart, my friends. Hold them in your heart chakra, allowing your heart chakra to expand, tapping into that higher love so that we may gain the wisdom and grace of transmutation and healing of transmutation, accepting and reinitiating our mastery and regaining our knowledge and our gifts and our talents. For we are all beautiful beings of light and love, shining every day. To whatever degree we shine, it's all good. It's all in service to our growth and to the planet. And enjoy this love, my friends. Bask in it, celebrate it, plan for the party. And when you're ready, leave your left hand on your heart and extend your right hand out in front of you, palm facing forward. And just picture in your mind placing it on the back of somebody here, our 88 meditators, forming a beautiful energetic circle of love. Holding space for each other, maybe sending love or just feeling love. Picture a big room where we're all standing, hands on our hearts and hands on another's back. Thank you for your prayers and support for Marty and for myself. Thank you for being here today. I love having you here. Thank you for your very presence, your courage, your vulnerability, the contribution you make to my lives, to our lives. And I honor and celebrate every little bit and thing about you, every beautiful, wonderful thing. Thank you so much. Again, I cannot stop thanking all of you. I wish you a most blessed and beautiful evening. I'm going to play tonight. I'm just going to chill and have fun after I have supper. I will be putting up both this morning's video and this live's video in a few hours once I regain a little bit of energy and spaciousness for myself. So if you're on my YouTube or not, look it up. You can find it in my About tab. Go to my links. You'll see it there. And you can, if you missed it and you really want to do this journey, you will have all of our love and support and our presence, even if you're rewatching on YouTube. Feel free to check it out. Otherwise, I will see you guys again soon. Tomorrow night is Spirit and Soul Saturdays. It moved from Sundays to Saturdays. We're going to be doing either a spirit walk or a soul journey, very similar to what we did today, but a spirit walk. And you guys get to decide. Basically, whoever's in attendance, we use your intuition to decide and vote on whether we're doing a spirit walk or a soul journey. Spirit walk is where we go to meet our spirit guides or a guide, and we learn from them and we spend time with them. A soul journey is where we go and we meet a lost fragment, a lost soul fragment, which I like to say or think of as a piece of ourselves that we tucked away for safekeeping to when we were older, wiser, more mature, had grown spiritually, so that we are now at a place where we are able to actually meet them, right? So it's super fun. It's just another fun session. If you haven't been to one before, check it out. And I will see you tomorrow or in the future at one of my lives or somebody else's. And again, thanks so much for being here. What are you guys saying? I missed. Oh, thank you, Linda. Appreciate you too. Oh, I hope Marty feels you too, Kimmy. That what a special wish. I think she's gonna take solace in knowing that 88 people around the world are loving and supporting her and her process. Yes, Thomas, I do feel like an outsider sometimes too. I relate and understand. Thank you from Erica. Yes. Thank you, Kimmy. Namaste as well. Off to go have a cup of tea. Yes, Thomas, we are amazing. Have fun. May you have what you need. Love your work and your beautiful energy. Thank you, Peter. Oh my God, you guys are so special. Oh, thanks, Sovereign. God bless you as well. All right, my dears. Love you much. Many blessings to you. Have a great evening or rest of your day if you are from down under. All right. Peace and blessings. Bye.